Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so that part, it was Russia. So I'm gonna read to you the English version of that box. Use of English tip. It might be uncomfortable, but we have to thank them for letting us borrow the book to do the lessons. Thank you very much. Without you, I cannot sit here and do anything else. Use of the English tip in this type of task. It is the open close. You can see that there's the text, and Great Britain's, there are 7 blanks in the text. They don't give us the keyword, alright? But what we're gonna do is to look the word before and the word after. No, not like that, because that is not a fill in the blanks. This is we have to fill in those blanks for just only one word, alright? One suitable word, and that can be often grammar words like articles, articles, and the something like that. Prepositions, you know it a lot, in and on, up, down, something like that. Auxiliaries like do, does, alright? Did, do, does, did. We, was, were, I, am, is, are, right? So, we're gonna find, remember, prepositions are a lot. And the verbs, and followed by the preposition, those things are important to do the open close. So now, we're gonna read together and we're gonna do together, alright? Okay, so we will read and we'll do during the time we'll read. Great Britain's. In 2002, the BBC carried out a nationwide poll to find out who the British public consider to be blah 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 10 greatest Britons. Alright. So, we're gonna fill in that blank. Okay, so we can see the word after that blank, it is the word 10 and greatest Britons. So, greatest Britons. Britons is the noun. Greatest is also an adjective and a noun. Okay, so you may learn at school, at your school. You know that when we have a noun, then before it we have to put articles like and the, something like that. An apple, a beautiful girl, a handsome man sitting before the camera. Alright? So, what can we put as the blank number 1? Because noun, and we have to remember that part must be an article. Yes, of course, yes. So, consider to be a 10. No, the 10 greatest Britons. Why? Firstly, Britain, we have learned the lesson about the articles in the season 2 of show. If you want the explanation for that, you can go back to the unit 8D or something like that. I don't remember that much. Indefinite pronouns or okay, so you can go back that some of the lessons before, because we have time, so I cannot explain to you that much. But we know the answer. That is the word the. If you know more, you can go back to the season 2. I said about it a lot. Alright? I'm gonna bring back here. Waste time. Waste. Blah. Number 2. Sometimes we do get mad because of the difficulties of a lesson. Woo! Okay. 1 million people voted for their favorites by phoning in or visiting the BBC website. There were 8 men and the 2 women in the list. And the 2 women were numbers blah blah blah, the British royal family. Alright. Were members blah blah blah, the British royal family. Alright. What do you think? the word will be put in. But just 5 seconds to think about that. Boo. Oh. What? Where am I? Is it 5 minutes already? Oh. Oh, I said it just 5 seconds. Alright. So, have you thought out the answer yet? If not, I will tell you right now. It was the word of. 2 women were the members of the British royal family. Can you see right there the sentence before? After it, Queen Elizabeth I, for the first, Queen Elizabeth I, and Diana, Princess of Wales, former Beadle. Okay, that's another part. So they belong to the British royal family. So member belong to the British royal family. We use the word of. All right, members of the British royal family. All right. Sometimes we don't have explanation for why do we choose that word, because basically the answer must be it. Okay, former Beatle John Lennon was in the 7th place and William Shakespeare was placed the 5th. The winner, however, with 500,000 votes was Winston Churchill, who was the Prime Minister of Britain during the Second World War. Here are the top 10. Churchill, Brunel, Diana, Darwin, Shakespeare, Newton, Lennon, Elizabeth I, Nelson, Cromwell. Alright, so there are a little bit of more information about that 10 people. We will get back if we have time. Some social commentators had expected the top 10 blah 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 include the likes of David Beckham and Robbie Williams. So we're gonna find out what is the blank. And some social commentators had expected the top 10. Alright, so the top 10 blah 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 include the likes of David Beckham and Robbie Williams. Alright, so you can see the verb. It is the word include. Included likes. Okay, so the top 10 include the likes. So what do you think the word will be put in? Yes, 2. No, not that 2 with 3 letters. 2. T-O. Why? You know the form of to infinitive? Yes, you must know. That's basic English. So, the top 10 to include the likes of David Beckham and Robbie Williams. So, we put the word to the blank right there. Fourth blank. Interestingly, however, none of the top 10 people is alive. Blah blah blah. Perhaps indicates that the British are not as obsessed with celebrity as they sometimes appear. Alright, so none of the top 10 people is alive. Blah blah blah. Perhaps. So what do you put there? Okay, so I think we should put the relative clause in here to the blank, because you know that we have right there, none of the top 10 people is alive, and there will be a definite there will be a relative clause right there. Perhaps indicate that the British are not obsessed. It means they will talk about those explanation will be talked about the top 10 people's alive. Alright? If they're alive, they're gonna talk more about that. So I think that place must be a relative clause, and what word is it? We'll be right back with the next part of the show.